On this episode of the Shiplabi Show,
There are people that are like, for me, people wait for my stream every single night, and if I'm like 10 minutes late, I get like 3 4 messages. They're like, why aren't you live yet, we're waiting.
yeah,
And it's actually pretty heartwarming, like just knowing that people are just waiting for me to start my stream.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Shiplabi Show. This is I'm not even counting episodes anymore because we just done so many of them. Guest today is really awesome. Really cool, unique perspectives we'll get into. He's a streamer. He has some really awesome merch you should buy. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So I'll just let him introduce himself real fast.
Hey, this is Tony. I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream a bunch of variety of games. I'm doing cybersecurity for a living, and I'm in college from Egypt.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny. I always, whenever I get someone on here, last two times I normally ask people like, "Hey, what is your plans?" or like, "What are you doing?" And then now people are just kind of saying what they want to do. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So as you stated, you're from Egypt, which is pretty cool. Cause me personally, I mean, if you couldn't tell, I'm sure it's completely obvious that we're in the United States right now. I'm from Ohio. I've lived in Ohio my entire life. So pretty much everything. I mean, I moved like a mile or so, from the last house I was living at, compared to now. But you,
A couple
moved
miles.
more than a couple miles,
Yeah.
a couple thousand miles actually.
Yeah.
I don't know how far away Egypt is. More than a couple time zones.
Yeah.
So,
It's pretty far.
as I'd say an outsider, someone that's, I mean, I say outsider, but like, don't take that the wrong way.
Yeah. No, I got you.
But like, how do you? Because like, I'm definitely kind of biased when it comes to the United States. Like me personally, I think the United States is the greatest country ever to exist ever. But someone that wasn't born here and lived most of your life, I think. Uh, what is there any like big, say contrasts here compared to living in Egypt?
I mean, everything is different. Like, completely different. We don't even have lanes in Egypt, so it's it's pretty different. But
I mean, some people don't use them here.
that is true. That's true. Notice on the way here. But everything is different. School is a big thing. Education is a huge thing. Like, education back in Egypt, it's not terrible, but it's not like here. Like, here people really learn stuff in school. In Egypt, it's mostly like, here's a book, you need to study that book from A to Z, and that's it. You take a test, and
Yeah.
you need to know every single word in that book. You don't need to understand what that book says.
Yeah.
You just need to memorize the entire book and take a test, and that's pretty much it. At least that's how it was when I lived there.
Yeah.
I moved here in 2017, so like 16 years. I lived in Egypt 16 years, and then moved here in 2017. So I've been here for 4 years about. But yeah, it's pretty different. There's a lot of different. Like, if I started, I might take like a couple hours to tell you how many different things are.
One thing that's even I know, even though I've never lived in Egypt, I've never even been to Egypt in my entire life, is how cold it gets here.
Oh man.
It just weather and stuff. As someone that's just up until obviously a couple years ago, you moved here. What is it like from someone that's? I'm assuming you've never experienced like snow.
We don't
or
have
super,
snow
okay,
back there.
just
No.
really cold weather.
Yeah.
What was that like for the first time experiencing that?
Well, the first time I saw snow,
Yeah.
it was I've never seen it before. It's just everything was just white outside. My car was white, even though it's maroon. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
everything
yeah.
is white. The grass is white. The trees are white. It was definitely like an experience. The
Hmm.
first time I saw snow, it was crazy good. But after living here for 4 years, I don't know if I enjoy it anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
um, like cleaning the car and
Oh yeah.
it's rough,
When I get up in the morning and then I gotta go to work and it's gotta there's ice and crap all over the. It's
dude.
didn't
Yeah.
plan for that. Um, what was it like? Obviously, I don't know how from last day that you slept in your bed in Egypt and then come to the United States. Like, do you ever remember it was like I'm on the other side of the world now.
It
Uh,
it does take a little bit. It took like it felt like I was on vacation.
mhm.
I was like I lived in again I lived in Egypt for 16 years.
Yeah.
So getting on a plane, coming here, seeing my dad for the first time in
Mhm.
4 years.
Mhm.
Um, it didn't my brain didn't process it until like a month or two later when
Mhm.
I'm starting to look at schools and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I live here. This is not I'm not going back.
Yeah.
This is my new home. So, but I didn't have an issue.
Mhm.
I've always my entire life I've watched YouTube videos of
Yeah.
the United States and stuff,
Mhm.
and it wasn't such a huge move for me
Mhm.
because my brain already knows like I already knew all the driving laws before I even
Yeah.
came here because
Yeah.
of YouTube videos. So
Mhm.
it wasn't like really stressful. For other people it might be, but for
Mhm.
me it wasn't really.
Did you so obviously like after you got here and like obviously we're friends and you have a lot of friends here. Did you have friends in the United States and if you did or didn't like was that something you were kind of worried about? Like I don't know, may obviously uh you said yourself it's very different to like different cultures. Like were you worried about maybe being able to adapt uh coming to a different completely different country, a different side of the world?
Definitely.
Um
Yeah.
and like what was your kind of experience with that? Like were you did you have to like change a lot of stuff or was it just kind of do you have you like basically what I'm trying to say were people like accepting of your like different like viewpoints and stuff or
Right.
um was that something you kind of I don't know. I don't know if you're trying get what I'm trying to say.
I got you. It's I'm a pretty I wasn't social at all.
Mhm.
So I kept like I was that kind of people that I'd rather stay at home than hanging out with friends,
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
kind of people. And when I came here, it definitely took a little bit to adapt,
Mhm.
especially the language.
Mhm.
I have some videos on my phone and stuff of me like in 2017 when I first moved here,
Yeah.
and my accent was like way worse.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say worse. I would say like
You can tell. Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
tell that I just moved here or I'm
Mhm.
from a different country. Right now it takes people a little bit like
Mhm.
after a couple of hours of talking or so they're like, "Are you not from here?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yep. That's the accent."
Yeah.
But the accent was a big thing, the language barrier, because in Egypt we learned British
Mhm.
English, not American English.
America's
So
better.
I sure I agree, but um, like water, we don't say water in Egypt. We say
Water.
water, like British accent.
Yeah.
So when I came here and I'm like just basic stuff like going to McDonald's and asking for a water cup, I would be like, "Can I have a water cup?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" So it took like a couple 3 months
Mhm.
to adapt, and making friends was definitely like a hard thing to do. Like the
Yeah.
first, I would say the first year in high school.
Mhm.
But after that, when I started picking up on the language and stuff, I
Mhm.
started like being more social,
Mhm.
and it right now I'm like crazy social, so it's really easy for me
Yeah.
to make friends and talk in front of people and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Speaking of language, so English isn't your first. I don't know what the term is, native language or.
It's
So,
yeah.
what was like? I mean, obviously you can speak fluent English now, which
I
is
try.
crazy, crazy to me because like I took foreign language in school and I freaking suck at it. I don't remember anything. Sorry, Frau. But it just how is what was that process like, and was there any point that well how long have you been speaking English?
Good question. English started. I started. See, we learn English in schools
Mm-hmm.
in Egypt, but the big thing is that they don't teach you English as a language.
Mm-hmm.
They teach you English as a subject. So they're
Mm-hmm.
really, really focused on vocabs,
Mm-hmm.
and they forget about the talking
Yeah.
and the conversation aspect of the language.
And
So
like
I wasn't the best in, like, I didn't have the highest grade in my English class.
yeah.
But I will tell you right now, I was the only one that could communicate with an American dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to explain, but they knew a lot more vocabs than me.
Mm-hmm.
But you get them an American guy from the U.S. and make
Yours truly.
yeah, like if you say a sentence,
Yeah.
they would struggle to understand it. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I just can't explain it. But I would say Discord helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I downloaded, the day I downloaded Discord and started like communicating with people here and playing games with people here,
Yeah.
that's when my English started picking up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically self-taught. So
But
has
you have
been
kind of a little bit of a foundation.
yeah,
And just how early like in school do like they start teaching?
in kindergarten.
Okay, so
We
that's like, because for me, I didn't even like even I wouldn't say don't know the concept of a foreign language or heard anything really until like 6th grade, and like
Right.
by that point, it's like everything is just kind of set. And I know a lot of times in other countries, which what I've heard from other people outside the U.S. is they learn foreign languages and English and stuff well before people in the United States do. So like for me, uh, I've tried and I'm thinking about trying to learn a different language because I think it'd be cool. Because just I have a lot of friends now. The last couple of years, people
Right.
like you and other people from other countries that where they speak English fluently. Not the best, but it's like
Understandable.
we can have a conversation. I was thinking about that the other day. I was kind of like, wow, one of my friends is like, this is a language that like they don't for a long time they didn't even speak or understand, and they're
Right.
having a full on conversation with me, and it's like someone is just like they mumble something and I don't understand them.
I have no idea what you're
Like
saying, bro.
I'm yeah, it's like I'm so that's pretty interesting. And you had mentioned like Discord and playing games and stuff, which brings me to my next point. Uh, you obviously stream like every day. How did you get into that and the whole? I know you're an avid gamer. Uh, is that correct to say that you're a gamer? Would you say you're a gamer?
I would say so, yeah. Like a lot of other people,
Yeah.
yes. I take games way too serious, sadly, but yeah, gaming started. I started gaming very early, like back in 2006, 2007.
Mm-hmm.
My first game, I remember my first game was FIFA 05.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty old game, but that's when it all started on my dad's old laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when it started. I started downloading more games,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my first ever like game that I bought was Rocket League,
Mm-hmm. Which you
because
play a lot.
yeah, I got it in 2016, and I got it with my first ever paycheck that I got from my first job back in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since, and that's the game, dude. That's the game that I play like every single day, basically.
I suck at it.
I don't.
I mean, I don't play it
Kinda.
enough. Like, I think I have like maybe like less than like 12 hours on that game.
Oh,
So like,
I have like 2,300.
wow, that's like I don't even know how long that is.
Hey, from 2016 to 2021 now, 2,300 hours. Actually, yeah, that is a lot. I don't have a lot.
It's like
I was gonna defend myself by like,
oh, it's not that much. Just thinking about it. Well,
yeah, it is that much.
it is a lot.
But hey, the game is fun. That's
And
my
that's
main
good.
game.
That's
Yeah.
good. It's. I mean, I don't think I've done anything for 2,300 hours.
Other than school.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't like school though. So,
Yeah, who
but
does?
I mean, Uh, I mean that's interesting. Is there any in terms of streaming and your whole presence online? How did when did you start doing that sort of thing in terms of playing video games for a while? Because I'm assuming you haven't been streaming and doing this kind of like online personality stuff since 2006.
Oh no, yeah.
And when did you take that and was kind of like, okay, let's, because I was reading your on Twitch.
Yeah.
It was like, I like playing video games. I figured I might as well do something with it. Or
Right.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what he said, but
Pretty close, yeah.
pretty close.
That's basically what I did. Like
when did you make that jump to like, hey, okay, let's do something with this? And when did you kind of say, okay, I can actually do something with this?
so it all started when I moved here
Mm-hmm.
because back in Egypt, we did not have good enough internet to stream.
Mhm.
I actually tried. I think there's one or two streams
Mhm.
on YouTube on one of
We'll
my
find
channels.
it.
No, you won't. I'm gonna delete it right after I leave this house. But I it it started when I moved here, when I got a good enough internet,
Mhm.
and it all started in a way that I play a lot of games. I spend a lot of time playing games. As I
Mhm.
said, I have 2,300 hours on
Mhm.
Rocket League, and it's not even the only game that I play. So I have hundreds of hours on different games.
Mhm.
So that's when I was like, okay, now I have a good enough internet. I spent like 4 5 hours of gaming every day, just sitting in front of my laptop and just playing because I had a laptop since I
Yeah.
didn't have a PC or a setup like I have right now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I mean, I can just stream it, see if anyone likes it, and I'm already playing the game, so why not just
Yeah.
put it out there and show people that I can play this game on keyboard and mouse because no
Yeah.
one does that.
Mhm.
Everyone plays Rocket League on controller, at
Oh,
least
really?
like 95% of the gamer community.
Like even those that play PC.
Yeah, no one plays this game on keyboard and mouse. There's
Maybe that's why I
only
suck.
Do you play on
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's your first mistake, but yeah, there's less than, I would say less than 5% of the Rocket League community
Mhm.
plays on keyboard and mouse. There's only like, I could recall like 2 pros in
Oh,
the
wow.
entire world that play Rocket League on keyboard and mouse. There are really insane people on keyboard and mouse and like content creators on YouTube
Yeah.
and stuff, but
Yeah.
like the
And
people
on Twitch.
and on Twitch and on Twitch, but the people that actually made it to the Rocket League Championship,
Yeah.
there's like 2 or 3. So it's not. I thought that's the thing, because the way you make it on Twitch and on YouTube, you just gotta be unique. You can't
Yeah.
copy other people. So if you have something to show the world that
Mhm.
not a lot of people can do, in my opinion, that's a really good thing, and you should use that
Mhm.
to try and do something with it. Get big on Twitch, get big on YouTube, and that's what went through my head. I was like, I play Rocket League on keyboard and mouse, so might as well show people that it is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I still can't believe I'm in like what, the top whatever percent now because I play Rocket League on my keyboard and mouse. Be like, if
Bro.
someone's be like, "Yo, you suck," be like, I'm using a keyboard and mouse, so shut up.
They're like, you're a god.
Like, I know what I'm doing.
I get that a lot. I get like people join my Twitch chat and they're
Mhm.
like, your keyboard and mouse? What? You're Craig, bro. I'm like, I mean, I know I'm bad at the game, but like
Yeah.
keyboard and mouse, so I'm cracked now.
Or it's just like you have you're playing on like this is what I would do because obviously you've played a crap ton. You're way better than me. What I would do, I just have like fake footage of like my hands on the key
On the keyboard and just play on
Or I would
controller.
be like, I'm like, why do you suck so bad?
Um,
Keyboard and mouse.
keyboard. Yeah, I even get people telling me that it's fake and like you're playing on controller and you
Oh,
just
wow.
have a keyboard layout on the screen. I'm like, okay, let's take the camera
Yeah,
and
yeah.
show you that I'm playing
I
on
love
keyboard and
I love doing
mouse.
that during live streams and stuff. Just I always like at the end of my live stream, like, okay, the camera's there. I'm not gonna move it. Not moving it. me like 5 minutes into the stream. I'm like, guys, check this out on my keyboard.
Yeah, and then you have to adjust everything
Yeah.
back, but you gotta prove the haters wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Haters will say it's fake.
Right, but it's not.
In my case, it is.
oh, I mean,
I don't think I could even like. I think I'm so bad at Rocket League. I don't think I could even like. I mean, my fake would be like bad.
real. Yeah, I mean,
But I mean, like I said, I played like 12 hours of Rocket League, and most of that 12 hours, because like if you go on Steam and it's just like how long, like I think like 90% of that is the game is up and running, and I'm just
Right.
like doing something
just
else,
all tapped out,
and it's like, oh, I forgot I opened this.
the game is on.
Because I don't know what it was. The other day, I'm like, you know what? I'll play some Rocket League because I think I was watching your stream. Like, I'll get into this. And then, like, something happened with the game or something. And it was like, we can't connect you. You suck so bad. We're not going to let you. It didn't say that, but, like, I think that's what it was trying to tell me.
Probably.
But it was like, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just leave this up. Or it was loading. It was, like, doing that thing where, like, games take forever to load.
Right.
And, okay, I'll just do something else. And I left it up for a hot minute. So, I mean, I don't know. One thing you kind of mentioned earlier, so you said you were doing cybersecurity,
Yes.
and with that also, I just want to ask, what do you want your future to be? Like, what is the goal for the future, and how did you get into cybersecurity?
Okay.
I know it's kind of two things kind of mashed together, but
No, I got you. So how I got into cybersecurity is I actually think about that like almost every day because I remember, if you know the game Watch Dogs.
yeah.
It's a hacking game. You're basically that one hacker dude that you just walk around. You can basically hack anything. And I played that game, and it showed me how powerful cybersecurity can be, because cybersecurity is basically the opposite. You protect whatever you work for. If you're working for the government, you protect the government from cyber attacks. If you work for a private company, you protect that company from cyber attacks and hacks and stuff like that. And I just thought it's an important role because in the future, hackers are getting stronger every single day. People make new viruses. You just gotta be up to date. And I think it's a really important role to be a cybersecurity operator for something big like the government or a private company, because it's one thing. Computers are the thing that it will always keep moving forward. It's never gonna be like old fashioned, if you would call it. It's always moving forward. It's always getting better. Hackers are always getting better. Cybersecurity is one of those things that it's never gonna die. You're always gonna need, basically, you're always gonna need that one guy to protect your company from outside hackers. So I think that's what went through my mind when I played Watch Dogs.
And it's a cool game.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I don't like 2, but 1 is pretty good. And that's when it kind of started. That's what got me into cybersecurity and made me go on the internet and look up like, what's cybersecurity? What am I supposed to learn? What is it all about? And that's when I got on YouTube, started learning stuff, and that was all back in Egypt. So it was, I got really lucky by moving here, because I don't think I would have done anything with cybersecurity back in Egypt, since technology is kind of, you would say, like kind of late there. But moving here, that's like huge, because I love computers, I love IT, so I just got lucky. But yeah, that's how cybersecurity started.
Wow, everything's tying back to video games.
Yeah, it's all video games. But yeah, Watch Dogs.
Wow. So I don't know if are you still I know a few months ago we were talking about you had a company where you're building computers. Are you still doing that?
I kind of, I still, I'm not really focused on it
Hmm.
since I have my full-time job now,
Yeah.
but I still have my posts like on Facebook and stuff,
Hmm.
and whenever someone needs to get a computer build,
Hmm.
whenever someone needs to get their computer fixed, I still respond.
Hmm.
Obviously, I have really limited time now
Yeah.
with streaming, my job, and
Hmm.
college, and all of that. But I still try. It's not my it was my main focus. I
Yeah.
was like going full on, like focused on just this one thing.
Yeah.
And then when I got my job, I started backing off of
Hmm.
fixing computers and stuff.
Hmm.
But it's still on the side. I
Okay.
just do it on the side.
So two more things. One, how do you let's say stay focused or have like motivation? Because obviously you just list off a bunch of stuff you do, and I can definitely relate to that. Having a zillion different things
Right.
you're working on. What's keeps because I know your stream goes pretty late.
Yeah.
In the morning you work pretty late. What kind of like say holds you down, but just makes it like okay, what keeps you from like I say burning out?
Right. Um it actually happens.
Hmm.
I burn out like once or twice a week sometimes, but
I feel
usually
that too.
yeah, usually
I
once a
definitely feel
week.
that.
Um and when that happens, I usually just go on my Discord server and tell my viewers that I'm
Hmm.
taking the day off.
Hmm.
I as you said, I work pretty late. I come back home at 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So and then my stream starts at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
So it's pretty late, and that's when I'm like, okay, I'm way too tired. I come back
Hmm.
from work, I get on the Discord server, tell
Hmm.
them that I'm not streaming tonight. I hope you
Hmm.
understand, and they usually do
Yeah.
because they know like I have a
Yeah.
million things to do.
Hmm.
But I take the day off, and that one day changes like, and I'm good for the entire like week or two after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And you need days off. You
Hmm.
can't. I was just thinking about this the other day. I stream 7 days a week.
Hmm. Grind.
Yeah, but it's you at one point you just you need a day off.
Hmm.
Like even full-time jobs you get a couple of
Yeah.
days off because you will burn out.
Hmm.
We're human beings. We're going to get tired.
Yeah.
And especially with college and stuff, I finish streaming at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 1 to 3, and then
Hmm.
I have to wake up at like 10 or 11
Hmm.
because I have college classes in the morning, and
Hmm.
then go to my job
Yeah.
and etc. And it after a week or two, you
Hmm.
need that one day off.
Hmm.
Unless that's if you really want to grind, you need a day off
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if you don't, you're
In the
gonna
long
give up.
term.
You're gonna be like, I'm so tired of this. It's gonna
Hmm.
keep building up, and at one point you're like, I quit. I'm
Hmm.
done. So having a day off is always really important.
Hmm. Like for me, I definitely agree with that. I was streaming every single day. I just couldn't do that with
Yeah.
me working. I don't work full time, but I do run my own company and everything, and
Right.
that's just like 24/7. Uh, and so I just not able to stream every single day. Just not a lot. I remember when I decided to go instead of going every single day to just a couple days a week on the weekends when I'm free. Um, when I say free, like free from my job,
Right.
I was just kind of like I'm just thinking I am so exhausted. Like I love doing this, but just like I can't even like barely function right now. Like how am I even gonna do that? So taking time off, but also thing that gets me really working and really motivated is whenever either someone like subscribes or someone like donates something or I don't know how many donations, but if someone like uh, buys something from our store, ShiplabiStudios.com/shop. Uh, but whenever someone does something like that, that really motivates me to like, or even if someone just like, if I see like, for example, last episode with Max, the views are up, the average duration of the
The
episode is up,
comments.
comments too, even if it's like, hey, you suck, go kill yourself. Like,
Hey.
even that, it's like,
Yeah.
I am so. I remember when like someone commented something like that, and I was just like, "Thank you. You took the time to." I spat on my desk. Uh, like that just really motivates me because it's like, okay, people are actually watching, and I don't know if you have something similar like that where like
Oh
you're
yeah,
kind of getting the
definitely.
ball rolling. I've noticed your stream now, like recently, just really picking up.
Yeah.
Um, and it just that's like for me at least that really gets me motivated, and it's like, okay, people are actually interested. Um, and yeah, just
Yeah, I that's what I deal with too. Like it keeps you going. Having people respond to your hard work, and you're putting time, and you're putting time in Shiplabi Studios and
hmm
time and effort, and having people responding and appreciating the time that you put into work
yeah.
always keeps you going. Yeah,
hmm
same thing with me. Like if I stream and I get 10, 20 people watching, people are spending time out of their day
Yeah.
sitting down and watching me try to entertain them. That sounds so wrong, but
Yeah.
like playing Rocket League on Twitch. Yeah. It keeps you going. It's a motivation. Having what you're doing is helping other people staying entertained
hmm
is it always keeps you going.
hmm I mean, I just yeah, that's
It's
so we
basically how it
appreciate you
goes.
guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure people that are listening to this, that always listen to the episodes, really appreciate you guys. Like, a lot for me at least. Like, last couple years of really, I want to say, com- super grinding, but at least the last like 2 years at least, is when I really picked things up and really put a lot of time and effort into it. And now recently is when stuff is it's I'm really starting to see the fruits of my labor. I hear I that's what I'm that's the term I want to use. I It sounds weird me saying that because it
No,
sounds
it's
like
like
something.
it pays off. Like
Yeah,
your
yeah,
hard work is paying off. It
hmm
takes a while.
yeah,
Like I've been streaming for 2 years now,
hmm
and it's just after 2 years, it's just now picking up.
hmm
You just the first a little bit of period that no one is in your chat or no
yeah,
one is supporting you. That's when you just gotta push through it
yeah,
because there's a breakthrough. You can't expect people to just on your first stream on the
yeah,
first day of streaming just come in and give you motivation. You gotta learn
hmm
like to motivate yourself and
hmm
work with it yourself.
take breaks.
Take breaks at the like the
hmm
beginning of your journey,
Yeah,
and then it pays off after a while. It
hmm
takes a while.
yeah, yeah.
Like you know that
Oh
even with
yeah, hundred
Shiplabi
percent,
Studios,
hundred
like
percent. I remember a couple years ago on a different channel. I just remember creating a channel and everything. I uploaded like 7 videos or something in one day, and they were all
yeah,
disgustingly bad. Like
I
I
wouldn't say
deleted.
that, but
Oh,
not as good as
they were.
now.
Oh yeah, like they were awful. Um,
Don't be hard on
I,
yourself.
I I I think if you saw these videos, like you'd be like, yeah, you suck, dude. But uh, but I just like just that time of just putting a whole bunch of effort in. There was that like that high, I guess I call it a high, of okay, we're starting. This is awesome. I saw this video. I forget who this guy made it. Basically, it was like influencer, sort of like cycle or something.
Right.
When like you're starting out, just putting that one person like subscribes to your channel or whatever you're doing or buys something from your business, and it's like, wow, this is awesome. And then there's that long period of time that you were talking about where it's like no one's going to be watching your stuff or buying anything, and that's like that can be disheartening. But you just got to stick with it because eventually, I mean, obviously you don't have an infinite amount of time not to get morbid, but like
Yeah. No, I guess.
but uh if you constantly do it, like people will your stuff will work out.
At one
And
point, it
you'd
it
hope.
takes a
And
while.
also the thing too is like, I mean, if you don't try, like you're not gonna like, and like a lot of times too, it's like I'm doing stuff I enjoy, and I know you playing video games something you enjoy. So like if it doesn't work out, I always said like if my business stuff doesn't work out, it just is an
It's a good
expensive hobby.
experience. Like
That too, but
yeah,
also just like me, it's just like if it doesn't work out, what I tell myself to fall asleep at night is it's an expensive hobby. Like I know
Right.
people that spend way, way, way more money on way more useless crap. Uh, and obviously now it's like I'm starting to see, uh, stuff is actually starting to turn out. People, I know a lot more people are subscribing and looking at all my stuff and buying stuff from my store,
Right.
and it that's like the best feeling where like that all this effort is starting to pay off.
Yeah.
Um, and if not even like obviously nothing's set in stone. I don't know if it's gonna work out. I hope it does, but I just now it's like there's that little potential. It's like okay, I'm starting to see something, and that's really gonna I think next couple like year or so really gonna get me to push hard to really grind. I don't know if you've experienced something similar of because you were saying when you first started, uh, which congrats on like getting like a ton of viewers because I know like that's like really impressive actually of getting because once you get the ball rolling, it gets easier because like
Right. Yeah. I
I
was just thinking about that.
mm-hmm,
Like it's just all it takes is the first push.
mm-hmm,
It's really hard to just start and keep
mm-hmm,
going.
mm-hmm.
But once you
Yeah,
get going, once you start getting viewers and
yeah,
stuff on your chat in your chat and stuff,
mm-hmm,
it the viewers
mm-hmm,
gets they all get you to just keep going for them.
yeah,
So it's a huge motivation. And like I get what you're saying. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's like getting your first follower from someone random that's not your friend or
Oh
like a
yeah, yeah.
relative or something. That's always like,
Which I mean, we appreciate the friends and relatives
yeah,
that
we
do.
do, we do.
Yes,
Yeah, I
don't
love
unsubscribe.
everyone in my chat. But it's a little bit different to like
Mm-hmm.
when you come in my chat and donate or sub,
Yeah,
and when someone completely different, like random from like a whole different state, just
yeah.
comes in my chat and shows support and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. It's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. One
But
one it's interesting you said that because the other day someone I don't even know commented on one of the videos and it was on past episode. They made a reference to a joke or something that was only said once at like 30 minutes into the episode, so I know
they stayed
they
and
actually stayed and
watched.
watched the entire
Yeah,
thing, and it was like they didn't just watch like the first 10 seconds and then
right.
leave, which you guys need to watch longer. I swear it
Watch
gets
the
better.
entire
It gets better.
episode.
Which is, I mean, it's just why I have the preview, which I think I talked about this earlier on a couple of episodes previous to this, because it's like the duration goes, and then also why I toned down the intro length. Before it was like 24 seconds, now it's only 10, because I know how important it's watching farther in. But just seeing that comment, I was like, they definitely watched the entire thing or most of the way through, so it was kind of like that's like a really good feeling. And also I knew um it wasn't because I didn't know who this person was. Because I know like my family and people like close friends will watch the entire thing through, which I appreciate you guys. You know who you are. Uh and it's just and that's just like a great feeling of it's like because also too is just either them making a reference or something. I think I would argue that's I like that feeling better than someone either subscribing or buying something from my store or getting merch or something because it's like that's would really thankful for that as well. Uh,
Don't
but
stop doing
don't
that.
stop doing that.
But
Start doing more.
also, right.
But if they can have like honestly emotional connection or something, it's like you can super relate to them or like there's that thing like it's an inside joke, so or I say inside joke, but just a reference or something.
Right. Yeah.
And that's just a great feeling and that really good positive reinforcement, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying to find the words.
Reinform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely works. We keep going because of our followers and our viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So the more they show support and stuff, the better we work,
Mm-hmm.
the better content we give out,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it works. It's a cycle. It's a you need both parties to participate to make a good
Mm-hmm.
Twitch stream or a company. You
Mm-hmm.
need a good Twitch streamer,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, the good Twitch streamer is not gonna have the motivation
Yeah.
if they don't have
Mm-hmm.
good viewers. Like if
Mm-hmm.
everyone is toxic in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna end up getting mad and being
Yeah.
quiet on stream and
And gambling all your beans.
gambling all the beans. Yeah, but when you have good good people in the chat, chatting with you, talking to you, watching you play the game, and supporting you in many different ways, like subbing, just sitting and watching and interacting in the chat. That's what keeps us going, streamers and people like me and you.
I'd just say like pretty much anybody doing like any kind of venture or anything that's I could probably maybe not those exact words, but if there's something that I don't know, someone's starting a business or something, or even if it's not online, there's that saying where it's like, okay, if you smile at someone, they'll make their day.
Yeah.
I'd say if you're listening to this and you want to like do something like smile at someone, uh, maybe not over the internet. It's kind of weird. But
don't do that.
But like if like have like a friend or someone or just someone you follow online, they're like trying to promote something. If you just like go on their video or something, be like liked it or this is cool. Even if if it's not like obviously like don't. I'm not saying like if you don't like something, don't like it. But if you like thumbs up something or even just commenting something, even if you are like I said earlier, saying something super negative, like I guarantee, like especially someone that doesn't have a lot of followers or something, or even if you have a ton of followers, that's gonna like
At
make
least
their
they're
day.
taking the time.
Yeah,
To
like that will
type
make their
down.
day.
Yeah.
Um,
And like a simple, as you said, since you do YouTube, I'm not really experienced with YouTube and stuff, but I would imagine like just one like that it takes like a couple of seconds or 1 second to press on the button.
yeah,
It would make my day.
yeah,
But since Twitch doesn't have likes and stuff, it's like follows for me. But
and also it's like bad not to cut you off, but like
yeah.
bad comments and like criticism and stuff. That's good too because it's like okay, if this content sucks,
I gotta change.
it's like it's like okay, this is something different, and also a lot too. It's like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to hear bad criticism or I don't want to hear things about me.
You're not gonna get better.
Yeah, that and it's like you're not gonna get better. I know a lot of my old stuff is bad, and it's like one of those things was kind of like I didn't want to look at it. I remember, honest to God, looking at my old stuff, and I was like, I'm so awesome. This is like, why do I not have 1 million subscribers? It's because my stuff sucked. And obviously and that's just something I needed to say to myself. A couple years ago, I was like, okay, I need to look at myself in the mirror honestly. And honestly, you can lie to yourself and say,
what I'm doing is great when
it's not. And it's like, if you truly want to get better, and this is, obviously, I don't know, I'm only 19, but I think just in life, if you truly want to get better at anything you do, you have to honestly look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I doing and how am I going to get better? Whether it's at your job or your company or whatever you're doing, if you're not honest with yourself and saying, what do I need to do to get better? You may throw a bunch of excuses for yourself. Oh, it's because of this or that, blah, blah, blah. But that's not going to change anything.
Right.
You make an excuse is not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And I was kind of going on a tangent there, but it's just, I honestly believe that. And last 2 years of really putting in effort and really going beyond the box, whatever whatever the term is, making up stuff.
The box.
You just mean like thinking outside the box,
right?
And that kind of thing is just that will push you go so far. Like I've changed my whole mindset of because like a couple years ago I was like really depressed. A lot of stuff was going on in my life, and I kind of just felt sorry for myself. And I don't say this a lot, but I hate myself from that time because I didn't put into effort into anything. I was like, oh, my life is over. Obviously, being a dramatic teenager.
I'm done trying.
But